Alright, hey, so today we're going to be watching The Fortress Monastery by Cloud of Judgment. As always, the links to the original video and channel are going to be down in the description below, so go ahead and make sure that you check them out. If you're wondering why there wasn't a video on Friday, I had one, and it somehow was corrupted, or for some reason, it wouldn't let me load it into the actual editing software that I had. But then again, the video, personally, I didn't think came out very well, so, you know, it was whatever's. And if this is your first time checking out this channel, a little background on me. I was a former corporal in the United States Marine Corps, where I served as Mil 311 on 2 deployments. First one stayed in Kuwait, second one going back to Kuwait, and also spending some time over in Syria. And so with this video, it just kind of popped up on my feed today, and I thought, well, hey, I'm going to be watching some videos today. I just found another animation, Warhammer one, which, by the way, I've also started playing Warhammer Vermintide 2. I recorded some gameplay on that. I still haven't been able to find the connection to Warhammer, unless I explained a little bit in that video as far as talking about how is it just all chaos related, and this shows chaos trying to take over a world that hasn't been reintegrated into the Imperium, or like kind of what was going on there, unless it just has the Warhammer logo for some reason stamped on it. You know, in any case though, it's a fun game. I'm gonna start playing it a lot more here. I'm gonna be posting it on the second channel though, Marty The Marine. I'll leave it link to that channel down in the description below. Also, before we get into the actual video, don't forget to like, subscribe. It really does help me a lot. Hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I do upload. Without wasting too much more time, let's go ahead and get right into the video. Just FYI, well, two things. First, when I think of Monastery, I usually think of the Grey Knights, because I do remember the Monastery word being thrown around in that video by Luton. But second, you've got to admit, Warhammer's community that does these animations are on a whole nother level compared to some of the other things I've seen. It just, and most of the time, from what I understand, they're usually made by one person. I could sworn I saw the Blood Angel symbols right here. Was this, what was it called? This is not a Tech Marine. An apothecary. I think this is probably, I'm going to assume here, that this is the process of them actually turning this man into a full-fledged Space Marine, as far as putting all the augmentations and all that. I think those pieces right there that are sticking out are going to be maybe where those nodes would stick into, like to the actual armor, if I'm right. Or maybe this is just someone who's being tortured, or someone who's dead, right? And those are just wounds he sustained, and they're about to extract his gene seed. It could kind of go either way.
What is your duty?
Before it goes on, I'm assuming it was somebody who died, and he just took out, you know, a piece of shrapnel. So.
To serve the Emperor's will. What is the Emperor's will? That we fight and die. What is death? It is our duty.
Off topic here, but don't you think putting a candle on top of a servitor's head isn't probably the best thing? You know, it melts, make a mess all over the floor. But I also wanted to say that, I don't know if I've said it before, but Warhammer has got the best quotes I've ever heard of any story. Anything at all. Right. I don't know how the writers did it, but they did it. Looks like an Assassin's Creed character.
What is your duty? To serve the Emperor's will. What is the Emperor's will? That we fight and die. What is death? It is our duty. What is your duty? To serve the Emperor's will. What is the Emperor's will? That we fight and die. What is death? It is our duty.
I like the way how he's just kind of pacing back and forth. Obviously, it seems like he's trying to hype him up, right? Was it whenever, I mean, all the way down into boot camp, right? They would have like this little, I guess you want to call that a chant, right? They would call our platoon number, and we would have to say like a little saying when we were in the classroom setting, and we would have to like sit down or stand up. And then we would say, I think ours was shock troops, bloodthirsty war machines. And we would just repeat that 3 times, getting progressively louder each time, which is kind of what they're also seeming what they're doing right here. And also over in the actual fleet, when they would say 3-7, we say no shit, and then they say no shit, we say 3-7, right? And then we getting louder each time, and kind of what they're doing here. So, just one of those little things that does kind of connect to today's world.
What is your duty? To serve the Emperor's will. What is the Emperor's will? That we fight and die. What is death? It is our duty.
As far as getting everybody to synchronize in the military when doing that, it's damn near impossible because no one could ever really do it. Sometimes you can get very close. But for the most part, it's not going to happen. But the fact that they do it here, it sounds very nice and crisp when it does match. Thunderhawks. I mean, the only time I've ever really heard that term was probably in the Hell's Reach series, but I don't know if it was just called that because it was their version of it, like say like the Thunderhawk, right? Or if it's like kind of the same thing across the Imperium as far as like the different legions, chapters, and all that. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about that for a minute. Now, I kind of really wasn't sure what was going on. I understood there was like a little piece about in the beginning. It was more that it looks like that Blood Angel ended up dying, right, or is at least heavily injured, and they're trying to, I guess, like heal him. But then again, you did see they did have the apothecary, which I would assume would have taken the gene seed, but it doesn't seem like he did. And then you start to see like I don't know who is the one that is like in front of them, pacing back and forth. Doing all the chanting and all that, but the fact that he's got the skull and those red eyes, it makes him look terrifying. And the part about them just like saying everything in unison, it's like it seems like it's obvious that they're hyping him up, but it also seems like especially like right now in this scene right here, that they're about to go out and mess stuff up. Trying to keep it PG with the language here these days. And this is kind of what they do. And it's kind of also from what I've seen in today's world, right? And United States Marine Corps or Marines, when they were going to Afghanistan, you see a whole bunch of these video on YouTube that their CEO or battalion commander, anybody, really gives them a speech. And that's kind of what it seemed like their version of it here was to get them hyped, right? Because they're about to go into battle. And that's what it seems here as well. So I thought that was really cool. The animation, phenomenal as always, as with any Warhammer animation. Also, I did realize that some of these, I don't know if these are the actual color schemes of the Blood Angel. I could have sworn it was just like red, or from this angle, these ones actually look like Emperor's Children a little bit. But I'm assuming that the color things here, if I am wrong, feel free to let me know. It was probably just like in the beginning when he said that, hey, this is a no mean like intended to be like. I mean, because at this point, I think everybody who knows about Warhammer kind of understands what Games Workshop does when it comes to things like this, right? So I'm assuming that was the reason. Also, if you know if any one of these birds right here are considered Thunderhawks, or does each legion have their own name for their version of it? Just, I don't know, it's something out of curiosity. And that's pretty much all I got to say for the most part. Thanks for watching the video. If you made it this far, don't forget, like, subscribe, really does help me a lot. Leave a dislike and maybe a little comment as to maybe what it was that you didn't like about the video. Helps me, helps you, helps everybody on improving the channel. And until next time, I'll see you all on the next video. Bye.